Okay. If you are going to protect your house with a weapon, most people go out and buy handguns. Okay. If you are going to protect your house with a weapon, your best weapon is a shotgun with as short of a barrel as legally possible. Yes, you can shorten it even more, okay, but then it becomes illegal, okay. Many decades ago, you know how Sears is going down the tubes? Well, Montgomery Ward's was a store chain that went down the tubes a long time ago. They used to have a shotgun that would carry like 10, 12 rounds in it. It was a short barrel shotgun. You could redecorate your house in 2 minutes, okay? The nice thing about shotguns are a lot more scarier to someone breaking into your house than a handgun is. Because you see, when you wake up, you're not that much awake. And your aim isn't that great. So you may have to haul off and fire 5 or 6 shots before you get someone, if you're lucky. With a shotgun, you just need to aim in the general direction, and they're usually toast. Okay. One of the things I do when I teach, when I haven't done it for a few years now, I used to teach counter-assault training. I do not teach self-defense classes, because to me, self-defense classes means you're defending yourself after something has happened. Counter-assault is being ready ahead of time. Okay. You have an idea what you're going to do. If you're a young lady living alone in an apartment and someone breaks in, okay, it used to be years ago to say you stay as quiet as possible and maybe you won't be attacked or something like that. The more recent thinking is you say in a loud voice, whether or not there's someone else in bed with you is irrelevant. John, get the shotgun, I'm calling the police. The burglar isn't worried about calling the police. He's worried about the shotgun. If you have a shotgun, so much the better. What do? You cock it. Those are nice, that'll scare a burglar. He will leave. Okay? Shotgun handgun you can shoot through walls too. But again, you know, it's a widow bullet, okay? Shotgun, you'll know when you've shot through a wall, okay?
The neighbors
screaming? The what?
The neighbors screaming will tell you?
The neighbors screaming, yeah. But anyway, so, you know, that's why I say shotguns are best, okay? Because they do intimidate a home invasion or burglar a lot more than a handgun will, okay? Okay. Here, you take. You never hand any weapon to a person like this. Not good. Okay. Same thing. You're going to hand it to him as safely as possible. Okay. That end's pointed away from both of you. Okay. Now, he's got this little toy. I don't know who'd maneuver in a house with a long barrel shotgun. Those must, you know. You turn around in some house hallways, the shotgun gets stuck between the 2 walls, and you can't, it gets wedged in there and you're stuck. Okay, he's got that. Now, a shotgun, again, like a handgun, you've got to get close enough. You cannot reach. Okay, if he's, you know, this is not good. The nice thing about a rifle, though, is a rifle is easier to deal with than a handgun. Because it's what?
Longer.
It's longer, okay? It's longer. And if you've had any training with a baton or hand bow or Joe, okay, staff, you just look at it in the same way. This is the dangerous training, and obviously it has to get out of your way, okay? So I'm just simply, whether I'm going across or I'm going this way, okay, you've got to get it out of your way, okay? The next thing you go for is, you don't go for trying to grab where his hand is, because that's too far to reach. Even this way spreads you out too much, okay? You want to go for the middle, because that's the center of a hand bow or a baton. You go for the center, Okay, you don't go for this because why? He's got two hands and you have two hands on the weapon. It's a struggle. Okay, there's nothing I can really do that's going to get the weapon. You know, I can do tomonagi. If you know tomonagi, stomach throw. Okay, you can do a nice tomonagi that way. But then you've got to get up and you've got to hold on the weapon and point. Okay, so you go for the middle. Okay, that's not a good place to put your hand. Okay, go for the middle. Okay, now from here I've got some leverage. Why do I have leverage? Because I have one hand towards the center, and I've got one hand at the extreme end. Okay, so I'm here. All I'm going to do, the first one is simply going to be I'm going to come in, back, and pull. I'm left-handed. She's right-handed, I have to switch, okay? Or if you're right-handed, okay. See what this way was this way, okay. So this way, see, because he's right-handed, he's got this arm in the way. I can come in right-handed, but his arm is in the way. It's going to keep me from doing things properly. Anyone in here left-handed? Okay, so you're probably having fun with this. God, something that's to my advantage finally. Okay. We are the largest minority in the United States, by the way. 15% of the population, regardless of ethnicity, color, whatever you else want, whatever characteristic you want to come at. Okay. We need equal rights. Okay. So what I'm going to have you, first one is going to be, what we're going to have you do, well, let's do something different. Okay, what we're going to have you do is we're going to have you knock it across. Let's do it right hand. Let's do it a little differently. We're going to have, no, I can't do it that way. Okay, he's here. We're going to have you knock it across. Okay, we're going to have you bring it up as you step in. This is a different one. Grab here. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to pull down and away. Now I can do it right-handed. Okay, so we're here. It's going away from me. I'm going to come up, grab, bring it down towards, now as I bring this down, okay, I'm not pulling away at this point. If I pull at this point, we can struggle with this. Okay, what I want is when I bring it down towards him, which extends his lower hand out, which is weak to his grip. And then this grip isn't that strong either at this point. Then I'm going to bring it, I'm not going to pull it out this way, I'm going to pull it down and away. This time I'm going left-handed, but you can go either way, okay? Do not take the time to grab the barrel and because he may block that as a club. Oh, we got a more modern toy. Okay. This is what I want you to try. This will help right-handed people more. Here, step in, grab. Bring it down against him. Notice I'm stepping in with my left foot. This gives me support. Okay, now I'm going to step back with my left foot, and I can either go right-handed or I can go left-handed. Keep your okay, and then put the weapon down and let him get it. Okay. So, any questions on this? Okay, let's see what we can do with it. One thing I want to mention, I'm going to use this because this is a nice little toy. This is actually easier to hit the person with. Okay. Once you come in, and what are we going to grab here? I don't want to grab here. That's safer. Okay. But I'm in a weak position here. I've got to get it in the middle somehow. Okay, we'll grab here. Okay. Once you come in, you need to bring this against the person and slide. And when you step it and slide it down, some of you are getting against the person, and again, you're pulling away. He still may have some strength here. By sliding it down, he doesn't have that strength. Okay. The other thing some of you are doing is when you're done, and I know you're trying to be nice and polite in here, is you're putting it right at the person's feet. step back a foot, make them come and get it. Okay. The other thing, just generally mentioning, is if you have the rifle and he turns and runs, what should you not do? What? Should not shoot him. Because you don't want it now. Because he's going to end up probably getting shot in the back. And that doesn't look good to you when you're in court. Okay?
At that point, you're shooting them because you're pissed off.
What?
At that point, you're shooting them because you're pissed off.
Yeah, you're shooting it. Well, yeah. Well, I wouldn't even say you're pissed off. You may be just shooting out of natural reaction. But if you have any control over what you're doing, you don't shoot him. You know, you make sure he turns around first. So you can say he was coming at you. But anyway, I shouldn't say that. But okay, there you are, sir. Okay, let's continue on. Anytime you cross your arms for a technique other than a Juji cross block, anytime you cross your arms for a technique, to do a technique other than a cross block, it's a very weak technique. So it's something to watch out for, especially with a rifle. I want to show you one thing important, and I'll use because he looks vicious. Okay, and this has you put the weapon. This has nothing to do with the weapon he's got. If you are, this has to do with your own balance. Okay, and like I said, I learned. This is my 51st year. I am still learning. Okay, one of the things that I stress in the new book is keeping your balance through the technique. If you are kneeing a person, okay, you actually have a forward motion. Okay, in Jiu-Jitsu, we don't knee a person and step back. Oh, guess what happened? Okay, okay. The knee is part of a technique. You need to be ready to do something else. So if you're going to knee a person, if you're leaning back to do the knee, you can feel yourself as you're coming up that you're off balance, okay? And for anything you do, whether it be a hit or a knee or a kick, for it to be more effective, your body needs to be behind it to support it, okay? In Jiu-Jitsu, we don't, if I come in for a hit, okay, I'm not going to do this, okay? And then come in for if I come in for a hit, I come in and my body is behind it, okay? And then I'm ready to go into the technique, okay? That cuts time off the technique for me. Plus he's leaning forward now. If you're doing a knee, if he comes in, you're coming in with a knee, okay? And I'm not going to take it back unless I want to do a hip throw, but I'm going to take it in and go forward, okay? Because if he's still standing, I want to be able to turn. But you need your body to be supporting. You need to commit your body to supporting the knee or the kick. And this is of particular importance if you are a smaller person, because that puts that much more force into this knee thing. I mean, yeah, any of you in here can come in and just haul off, and your attacker is going to know it unless they're high on drugs. Okay? They'll know they have been kicked in the crotch or the groin or wherever, okay? They will know it. But if your body is behind it, the direction, rather than just being upward, is upward and forward. And that will assist in not taking him backwards, okay? And you may not have to do anything after that. He may be on the ground. And you're standing up in a balanced position, okay? If you come here and step back, before you do anything, now you've got to move back into him, okay? Jiu-Jitsu people are exceedingly lazy. That's one of the four-letter words that goes along with help. Jiu-Jitsu people are lazy, and we like to help people. That's a great virtue. Well, the lazy isn't, but can't be perfect. Anyway. So, or you can just say we tend to be more efficient, okay? But that's a big word. So if you're coming in to knee this person, you knee him, and that foot comes down. It's just like if you were walking, except you didn't want to step in something. Okay, that's all it is. Okay. Okay, moving right along. Let's see what else. Do we have time? It's 11:20. Let's try one more with a rifle. And then we're only going to give, hopefully, maybe 10, 15 minutes of this. Okay, number one, also, if you get a rifle away from a person, okay, don't end up standing this close to them. Take a couple of steps back, okay? It may make them think about coming at you, and if they decide to turn and run, you have probably saved their life. Okay. If, on the other hand, from this distance they come at you, they are still posing a threat to your life or physical well-being. Okay. If you say you court of law, you say, well, I took 2 or 3 steps back, gave the guy an opportunity to run, he came at me again. There wasn't much else I could do. I feared for my life. Okay, very important words. Okay. Here we are again. Okay. There was a, if any of you have been following, how many of you subscribe to Black Belt magazine? Oh my God. Que lastimas. Okay. No wonder they're in trouble. Anyway, you guys aren't subscribing. Okay. There's a facetious article in there by some guy who's a super martial artist. It was a tongue-in-cheek article. And what he did was stuck his finger inside a gun barrel. Okay, and that was one of the lead pictures. So I sent Robert Young, who's the publisher, because I'm process of cleaning out my garage and getting just rid of a bunch of stuff that nobody's really going to care about. And I found a picture where I was doing a gun, I don't know whether it's here or someplace, a gun defense, and I had this was like around the year 2000, and I had my finger in the barrel. Okay, and I sent it to Robert, and I said, maybe this guy attended my seminar 20 years ago. But anyway, there's also, and I can't think of his name right now, I was at Camp Donzan Rue, which is put on by American Jiu-Jitsu Federation. It's in Central California. It's a good camp, okay, and different style of jiu-jitsu, but it's a good camp, and occasionally they invite people from different styles. That's where I met Wally J for the second time. But there's a guy who he used to be a undercover narcotics officer. He lives up in Washington now, and he would walk around camp, and he always wore a trench coat. And under that trench coat, he had a variety of weapons. Okay, and I knew from previously this guy had. So this is my first year there. So he walks out to me, sticks a double-barrel shotgun up my nose, short barrel. Okay, which he obviously took off of someone because it wasn't legal, and Anyway, I immediately knocked it away and turned it on him. And I turned out to be the only black belt that day that actually responded to it by doing something. I got a bloody nose out of it, okay, because the edges of the barrel weren't finally filed down. But the point is, you have to react, because the longer you look at the barrel of a gun, what happens to it psychologically? The longer you look at it, the
bruise on you.
Well, you can freeze. And I want to deal with that too before lunch. Thank you. But what happens to it? You think it is getting bigger, yes. And a double-barrel shotgun, horizontal, those are big holes. Okay. And so you've got to do something fairly fast, okay? So we're going to have him here, okay? And this time we're going to go horizontal. Okay, now there's a key to doing this. Again, you're going to come in this way, okay? But you're going to go up a little bit, okay? And then I'm stepping forward and I'm going across. Now, from here, we have a really nice technique. Okay, how many of you are familiar with Kubinagi? Neck throw. It's a neck throw. All I'm going to do from here is come around, take him down. I'm done. It's amazing how, this is, by the way, this is an empty hand technique. Something we're going to do later after lunch once we get the kitchen utensils. Okay, but he's here. Now, I cannot do this one, quote unquote, right-handed, because here I've got to move. Oh, yes, I could. I can bring it around here and go under, but that's not going to work as well. Okay, I don't like it that way. Okay, so we're going to have him here. He's here. Your zipper's down. Okay, here. I'm going to bring it across. I'm stepping in with my right foot, and turning. Okay. Yeah, he's holding on to the weapon. Good for him. Makes it easier for me to throw him. Okay. All I'm going to do is Kubinagi, pivot my left foot back, pull with my left, push with my right, and he's down. Okay. Round. Take the weapon away. Stay down. Okay. Now, I don't like hitting the person, how do you say? I don't like hitting the person in the head with a rifle butt. It leaves too many marks. Now, yes, he's the attacker, but it leaves too many marks, and juries tend to be a little more sympathetic to head injuries than they are to body injuries. You know, if I break a couple ribs, hunky-dory, it isn't going to show up that much. It happens. But you come up with a rifle butt and break a jaw, that's not nice.